Like I said in the previous video, I'm going to show you how I make my potatoes now, a version that everyone loves and doesn't include a whole cup of oil just to try to make them delicious. First step is you take your potatoes and you parboil them first. You don't add the potatoes to boiling water. You add the potatoes in cold water and you bring to a boil, and you boil until they are fork tender but not overly smushed. I can't tell you how many minutes, but I would say that when the water is boiling, it's probably about 8 to 10 minutes. All right, the potatoes have been parboiled. Now the next step that makes a difference is to put the potatoes in the fridge, ideally overnight. What that does is turn some of the starches in the potato in something called resistant starch. And simply said, the benefit is the potatoes will contribute to a smaller glucose spike. So these go in the fridge. All right, now we're the next day. The potatoes have cooled for 24 hours, so the starch has now become resistant starch. Here's the thing, people are always looking for recipes. And back when I was stuck with food, I would scroll endlessly looking for recipes, save a whole bunch of recipes and never do them because they were too exhaustive, didn't have all the ingredients on hand, they took too long, whatever. That resulted in me not making food and either taking out or going to the restaurant multiple times a week. I'm kind of embarrassed to call this a recipe, but this really works. Of course, you're gonna need an oil spray gadget. One spray equates 1 gram of fat, which is 9 calories. 1 tablespoon is 14 grams of fat, which is 120 calories. I've got 2 portions in here for my husband and I for dinner tonight. And I'm actually gonna put in just 2 or 3 sprays total. There you go. You gotta season it. So generous amount of salt, put a generous amount of garlic powder, and I just really mix it around. Again, 3 sprays for 2 portions, as opposed to like 2 tablespoons each if I compare to how I used to make these. Now the trick is you have to have some form of air fryer. I have the Our Place Wonder Oven. It is my favorite kitchen appliance, and every single time my potatoes turn out perfect. Make sure everything is distributed, and it's gonna go in until golden brown. And there you go. Aren't they gorgeous? This side of potatoes is 140 calories, the potatoes and the oil. Sometimes it's just a question of being open to changing the things we've always done and exploring new ways that are just as satisfying but aligned to the goals that you want. There's no suffering happening. These are freaking yum. So good. Oh my God.